Hi, my name is Nathan with Security Home Inspections. We've been in business for over 30 years. In Carmel, Indiana, we've done over 300,000 home inspections, and happy to be here today. I'm not going to take a lot of your time, but we have this lunch and learn or whatever we have. It's going to take around 25 minutes, that's all. And at the end of it, I'm going to have you guys all fill out a form. In fact, I'm going to pass out this form right now. It's the CPE certification form. You're going to fill it out. After we get done, as long as you're here for the whole time, I will sign it, send it into Home Inspection University, and after we're done with this course, you are going to get in the mail and via email a certificate, hang it on the wall. You're going to get a rebate form, good for $20 off your next inspection with me. All you have to do is give it to your next client. They'll not only get some great service, our warranties, all this stuff, but they're also going to get a $20 rebate in the mail, as well as a $50 rebate off of a home warranty. So you can look forward to that. Let's start with this. The Client Protection Expert designation is for real estate professionals throughout the U.S. and Canada. The certification process is generally online, but we also have a live class. I'm one of the very few people in the country that is certified to teach this course, one of only 200. Remember, I'm still Nathan with Security Home Inspections, not Nathan the HIU guy. Upon successful completion today, you will be granted full use of that logo, and the only requirement for you is that you go and have that updated once every 2 years. That's it. So every 2 years, you'll automatically be notified. Here's an update on what's going on so that you can make sure that you have everything you need to protect your client. So you'll want to read through the whole thing. I mean, I wrote it, so I'm at a little bit of an advantage. You'll want to read through this whole thing and have that client experience. So go online to cpecertification.com, answer all the questions, go through the motions, and at the end, fill out the form like you're a real estate agent, and in the company, put inspector. And that way I know I'll send back to you the package that we send back to somebody that falls into the big funnel at cpecertification.com. So here's our first slide. You guys have seen me do this a few times in your home or in your clients' homes. We open the kitchen sink cabinet underneath and we look around. Home inspectors pay special attention to mechanical components. We're going to spend much more time underneath the kitchen sink than we are underneath another cabinet that just is full of pans and has no mechanical anything. We might just look at the outside of that cabinet. So here's, we're leading to a question here for you. Do home inspectors move items inside the cabinets to inspect areas for signs of leaks, mold, and damage to cabinetry? Who in the room thinks, yes, they move the stuff? You guys can play the role of the real estate agent in this. You don't have to make me feel weird. All right, yeah, yes. And who thinks no? And who thinks it's not required? All right, so then online, the agents can answer the question wrong once, and then it gives them an explanation as to why they were wrong, and then they have a chance with the exact same question, with the answers in the exact same order, to answer it correct the second time. We tell them the answer and then ask them the question, they can answer it. There's no way for them to fail unless they answer the second time wrong, and then it sends them right back to the beginning and says, sorry, you failed, in big red letters. And then it makes them go through the whole thing again. It's only been like 4 that have done it. I think it was just inspectors jerking with it. So do home inspectors move them? The answer, it's not required, is correct. So the live version doesn't say you're incorrect or you're correct and here's why. So it's not required is the correct answer. So, but here's the good news. For those of you that said yes or said no, we were all kind of right. Because sometimes we see a little bit of something in the kitchen cabinet. Sometimes we see a lot of something. You look at this picture with a whole bunch of stuff. It's a big red box. One of my friendly inspectors put that on there. We're not going to move all that. That's a nightmare. We'd have to clean your whole house in order to inspect this thing. The inspector is not required to, and this is directly from our standards of practice, the inspector is not required to move any personal items or other obstructions, such as, but not limited to, throw rugs, wall coverings, furniture, etc. And by the way, we don't necessarily do that minimum. Sometimes we will move stuff. And here's what you need to know. You can always attend the inspection if you see an obstruction anywhere that you want to move or that you want to get permission from the seller to move, as long as you're not there to make me your moving crew, then that's fine, move it. If you make it visible and within the scope of what we do, then that's fine. What can be missed? In the example of the cabinet and under the kitchen sink, we're dealing with a heavily used system in most households and one that is highly prone to leaking and causing moisture issues. So if we do have stuff under the sink and you have an inspection and they're not required to move the stuff and it's messy under there, well, there could be mold, and that would not be something that the inspector, quote, missed. So if you've ever had somebody move in and they had a leak under the sink and they called the inspector and the inspector said, sorry, there was a bunch of stuff under there. I couldn't tell that there was a slow drip because it was going behind the Brillo pads or whatever. And you could also say that the inspector wasn't responsible for the mold because he didn't see it. Well, we offer with our inspections, and you want to make sure when you're getting a home inspection that your inspector offers the 90-day warranty that covers those mechanical malfunctions, because if it wasn't noticed by the inspector, guess what? It was visible, it's going to be covered. They're going to cover that leak. And if they have a home warranty, a 1-year warranty, they're going to cover the deductible. But that still leaves the mold. So you want to make sure you look for that mold safe logo, because if your home inspector is covered with mold safe, then that will cover the removal of that mold, even if it was hidden from the inspector's view. It covers any visible mold that's within the living space of the home. Now, I'm talking, I know you guys all know this. I'm just giving you like the verbiage for what you say to real estate agents. And sometimes, just because stuff is there doesn't mean that we really have a lot of obstructions. We can see what's going on here, but just to give you another little lesson for your sellers, whatever they have in their house, we will find. If they have a special closet with a special swing, tell them to rent a storage unit. And guys, quit sending me pictures of that stuff.